And welcome back to Metro Morning Live. We're so happy again to have with us this morning Dr. Eldridge Henderson. He is the president of Action Leaders Forum. He's also a keynote speaker for colleges, family reunions, churches, conferences, and community organizations. And Doctor, the last time we talked, we were talking about businesses and how you can, invest in yourself and just how to become successful with your own money.
With your own money, you're correct, sir. You can't become a successful person on someone else's money.
Mm-hmm. And you were telling us that when you get paid, invest in yourself first. Right.
10 or 15% of that first dollar, the second dollar, all of it. Every time you get a paycheck, you should invest 10 or 15%. Save it, invest it in what we call secure markets, where you're going to get 10% or more per year on those products. And you cannot be an economic failure if you do this consistently, even if you're making the minimum wage.
Okay. And speaking of minimum wage, and I guess today our topic is going to be about strategies for high school and college students that don't have enough money. Now, you have on here broke high school, but I don't want to say that. I just say they don't have enough money.
Well, that's a good way to say it, because you're the host, sir. You say anything you want. But the deal is, if you don't have any money, you're broke.
Yes, sir.
You're absolutely broke, and you're dependent on someone, whether you want to admit it or not.
Okay. Now, why is 50% of high school students dropping out before graduation?
Well, there are many reasons. Now, research shows there are basically 30 or 40 different reasons, but I have just decided to summarize 4 or 5, and you'll find these are what we call the most common reasons that young people are dropping out of school. Now, when you talk about high school, now I want you to know that college students have some of these same problems, and the first one is poor parenting skills. Now, you know, if you have poor parenting skills, the first thing you're going to do, and you don't even know it, you're passing these on to your children. For instance, you don't have any discipline in the home. You have no homework requirements, and you have no curfews. All you ask, how you doing in school, son? I'm doing well, Ma. Of course, in many cases, dad is either not there or he's somewhere working. Because most of the people that are broke or at the borderline are working 1 or 2 jobs. And most of them are part-time jobs. I know a lot of folks like that. So they don't have that structure in that home. They don't have those family meetings once a week that should be happening in every home and talking about the stress, the tension and anxiety that is being generated through the family because one has insufficient funds to take care of their daily needs. The other one is diverse family problems. You know yourself, we talked about that in the past. You know families that don't have a positive structure, drug abuse, alcoholism. They have family abuse. And then they have what we call these serious jobs that they don't like. They leave one job, go to another one for 5 cents more an hour. I talked to you about that. And they do this. Many of them just stop working, start working for cash. They don't put any money in a savings account. They say they can't afford it. They don't put anything in security, Social Security. And that is what I call a serious negative impact on the family. The kids are in school, no economic security, and when you know anything, the family's at the verge of falling apart just because of economic reasons that bring on all those other things that I mentioned. And the other one is unrealistic expectations. Give you an example. I know someone that has a son, weighs about 300 pounds. He plays football in high school right now in Hinds County. And this boy been talking about going pro for the last 5 years. He is real good. And the other day I talked to him and asked him to spell football backwards, and he couldn't do it. Now that boy's not going to go pro.
But Doc, nobody can spell football backwards.
You sure can.
You can, but that was kind of a tricky kind of question.
That's right, but I was asking him to do that and see if he would try to do it. He didn't even try.
Can he spell it forwards?
I doubt it.
Okay.
So now, if you would listen to this, you say, but man, you're being negative. You're saying that boy can't go pro. Now, this boy's not going to get out of high school. He's not going to finish high school. He's barely in there now. He has less than a D- average.
Who is this guy?
I'm not going to call the name of this
Okay,
guy, but I
all
can
right.
tell you he's in the great state of Mississippi.
Okay.
And he's in the great county of Hines.
Wow.
But I'm not going to get any closer.
Okay.
You might know it.
Okay, I may know who you're talking about. Also, Doc, I want to know, we were talking about the colleges and all of this. Why is it that you see a bigger dropout rate in community college as opposed to high schools?
Well, it's similar, of course, but one of the serious problems about the college, high school, the community college dropout rate is similar to the high school. The first thing, most students that attend community colleges know that it's a 2-year institution. And they go get themselves enrolled. And it's not good to say, but about 2/3 in some community colleges are taking some kind of remedial courses in reading, writing, and math. And when you know anything, 6 years then passed, and I have the research, it's about 13 to 25% of the students graduating that started in 6 years in the community college. The senior college are almost just as bad. In about 6 years, from 30 to 51% of the students graduate in 6 years.
Wow.
Now, all that time, they are in a position where they're trying to work, they're trying to secure funds, and they don't understand that if they will go and talk to career counselors and others, one can tell them exactly where they can find money in scholarships and other grant-type situations that can get them in school or keep them in school.
Well, let me ask you this, Doc, along that same line. Many adults in Mississippi can't find good-paying jobs. Why is that?
Well, it's very, very simple. And it's because they are not skilled properly. They don't have what we call stackable skills. For instance, here's a man with a family. He is 25 to 40 years of age. All he did was finish high school and start working at his favorite job. The company went out of business. He doesn't have what we call stackable skills. He has no specific career certificate, only a high school diploma. He has no skilled experience. So here he is going for a job, does not have a resume, and he is trying to find a job that's going to pay more than the minimum wage. It's almost impossible. Then he's going to be recruited by some of your friends and say, I can get you in a good career technical school. I can't afford it. Don't worry about it. We'll get you some money. He will get $15,000 or $20,000 to go to one of these tech schools in various states. He will get there, same as the community college student. He goes in for the money. He's not going to make it, in most cases. Only about 9% of the people, young or old, that get in these technical schools graduate on time. Now, that's 9% out of 100.
Wow.
So he leaves with debt, and then this young adult with this family that has no stackable skills, just a high school diploma or GED, then he's in debt, $20,000, $15,000.
Wow.
And what the technical school will tell him, and I'm telling him from experience, they would say, well, you can't get a job in advertising. I'm going to get you another loan, and you get you another major at our wonderful technical center, and we're going to give you the second year, since you didn't quite do it the first time.
Wow.
Then you leave with $25,000 in debt. And then you make the mistake that most of them make. Don't know that you're in trouble. Then you go to a community college and try to enroll when you should have done that in the first place.
Right.
And get in a career area. They will tell you the first day, you don't have any money. You have used your Pell Grant, you have used all your student loan, and you're in debt.
Wow. Wow. Well, Doc, I really appreciate you giving us all this information. I want to ask you, are you available for free consultation?
That's right. That's right.
What we need to do?
All you have to do is call the number, and I want you to give the viewers the number.
Okay, I certainly will, Doc.
Do it, Doc.
Okay, that number is 979-3102.
No, sir. The number that I wanted them to call is my personal number, 601-201-1957, and I'm available for a free consultation. I have it here on Tuesdays from 4 to 8 p.m. and on Saturdays from 3 to 6.
Okay.
All they have to do is call us on the phone. Someone will answer every time, and we'll make an appointment. They can come by, and we'll give them all the good information, how to get jobs, how to get that resume together, where not to look for a job, what kind of skill set you need before you start looking.
And all of this is free?
Free of charge. That's just during these periods.
Okay, I know.
Otherwise, we have what we call a sliding scale that we charge folks. You don't get nothing free in this world unless you have a good person like me that's going to just automatically give you a free opportunity to change your life in 30, 60, or 90 days.
Okay, that's 601-201-1957. And before we close out, Doc, you have any thoughts on the First Lady coming to speak at Jackson State's graduation?
I do. I think this one is the greatest thing. Matter of fact, when you see your president, you should walk up to her.
Our president.
Our president, yeah, Dr. Mayers. Shake her hand, because that is one of the best recruiting tools. When parents throughout America see that the First Lady is coming to Jackson State University, you all are going to have to go and build some new dormitories or get some new hotels to put all those students in. They're going to say, this is the place to go, the famous Jackson State University, where they have the First Lady, Miss Obama, coming to speak. I don't know how you all going to handle all those new recruits, sir. How you think y'all going to deal with that?
I think we're going to do it fine.
I know you will. That president you have is sharp. She knows how to make things happen.
Yes, yes, sir. Well, Doc, we'll see you back next week.
Thank you, sir. What time?
Same time, same place.
That's a good thing.
All right. Stay with us. More Metro Morning Live after the break.